Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is part 12 in the 3 times a week series of Hellraiser here on the channel. These are released Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and you can find part 1 linked down below, as well as this being included in its individual playlist. That being said, let's dive right into it. We open with Kirsty Cotton, the High Priestess of Hell, the lament configuration in her hands, beams of light shining on her face, the energy exuding from its very structure. And, just as we see this, we see Tiffany smashing the lament configuration that Elliot Spencer had once held. As the sledgehammer from Tiffany rains down on the lament configuration, it shatters. And all we see is Kirsty Cotton thrown to one side, almost pushed into another dimension. We see the reality break like a shard of glass around her, a figure in the distance as she stands up. Welcome. Like a horror etched onto a stained glass window, the outline and figure of a hell priest stands before Kirsty Cotton. Am I dead? Not yet. I only have time for one thing right now, and this isn't it. That is not your decision. Then what is? How you are going to die. And back at the lament configuration that Tiffany has just shattered, light beams off at the group, casting shadows, dancing off their faces. Sparks and miniature fireworks go off. And then Elliot Spencer, transported somewhere. He sees a hut in the distance. How very native. And he walks inside. Was this his plan all along? Hello? You have destroyed many of the Toymaker's devices. I have heard your call. It has gained you entrance to this temple. Sit. Elliot Spencer, soldier of earth and hell, you accomplished what most only dream of for eons. You have escaped hell's grasp. Your voyage is unlike any other in existence. But the true test begins now. What say you? I want to see the world bleed. Elliot Spencer sits down cross-legged, across from the being, the teeth bare on his mask, the smile broad and wide, laughing, mocking. And he simply says, good. And there, back in this strange dimension, Kirsty Cotton, how about you let me go, or I choose how you die? You misunderstand, and that is exactly why you find yourself in this situation. The demonic force continues chastising the Hell Priestess. You have a beast inside you. It has always been there, made stronger through your pact with Hell. In order to do what will be necessary, the beast must die. And then we learn perhaps it wasn't actually chastising her. The next exchange reveals exactly what this is. How can I trust you? Look within. What do you feel? Holy shit. And tears run down Kirsty Cotton's face. The grinning force before Elliot Spencer. Only one thing stands in your way, soldier. Your body. You had to become human to achieve something inhuman, but now you've gone as far as your mortality allows. The thing that brought you here is the very thing that holds you back. The irony is not lost on me. Eat, soldier, and be free. They both stare at the pit before them. What the bloody hell? Free from the shackles of your humanity. Free to do what you were destined to be. Inside the pit, these strange-looking bugs, insects, monsters perhaps, who knows? The beast before Kirsty Cotton continues. That is a very good response. The first since you have been here. It is working already. I want you to think about the moments that have led you here, Kirsty. Let's go back to the moment where this all began. You were scared. You still are. And it's okay to admit that. I took care of it. You always do, don't you? Like you took care of me. He shapeshifts. And me. He shapeshifts again. Pinhead stands before her. And me. Have you even stopped to count the bodies, Kirsty? Every time you take care of it, you begin a whole new series of chain reactions. Stop for a moment and look. And now Kirsty Cotton stands before herself. A reflection. Is that really me? Your love doesn't have to be a poison. Shapeshifts once more. Human form. The journey is meant to be frightening, Kirsty. If nothing is at stake, then indifference is all that remains. The being continues to shapeshift. But you have to know that you cannot simply react anymore. You are not where you belong, and because of that, a great evil is about to be let loose upon the world. You cannot kill him, not if you want your humanity back, but you must stop him. Now, if you don't, things will only get worse. Much worse. Elliot Spencer reaches down, tries to grab one of these grub, tick-looking bugs, and it leaps out. It bites him. Fuck! Drops off, and all we see is that masked being, smiling that smile. Oh, how sadistic. Reveling in Elliot Spencer's pain, torture. But Elliot is not swayed. He reaches down once more, grabs the bug, sticks it in his mouth, bites down. Kirsty Cotton continues getting a lesson from this ambiguous entity. Heaven and earth depend on you, Kirsty. But you must first kill the beast. As she's drawn down, the floorboards beneath her feet disappear, and all that remains is a sea, an ocean. As she falls in, she says, I'm ready. Elliot Spencer, tears welling up in his eyes, blood on his face, his skin dissolving away. You've done it, soldier. You should be pleased. His face melts as he chomps down on the bug, the damnation disease seeping in. A book of death to your last breath. The pain that Elliot Spencer feels continues. Sink like a stone and die alone. He rips open his shirt. His stomach bubbles and he screams in agony. As Kirsty swims through the ocean depths, we hear the grinning beast before Elliot continue. On death's breast are we laid to rest. As Kirsty is gripped by a monster deep inside this ocean, she swims. Elliot Spencer's stomach explodes, erupting, a tidal wave of those creatures he had just consumed. And as Kirsty battles this leviathan beast deep in the ocean, sink like a stone and die alone, Elliot Spencer's body dissolves as if acid was eating it away. And Kirsty opens her eyes. She's back in hell. Fuck me. How long was I gone? What do you mean gone? It's a fucking bust. The goddamn box doesn't work. It was a stupid idea to begin with. What could it have possibly done? A lot. A big explosion. And they're all bathed in light. What was that? And we're back looking at Elliot Spencer. His body is no longer gone. He stands back on Earth. Tiffany brings the hammer down. That take cares of that. A big explosion. Light. Exquisite. Whilst this happens, again, we're back in hell. Kirsty's Cenobite horde. Oh Christ, this is bad. But Kirsty follows the light, deep down the hallways of hell, past bodies of the damned. At least we have a trail of breadcrumbs to follow. The Cenobite Order follows their high priestess of hell down the depths of hell, and they stumble across something. The source of the sound, the source of the light. For a minute there, I thought we had something to worry about. But we see what they were looking at. The skies of hell have opened. Bodies are drawn towards it. The damned are being sucked out of hell. Tiffany on the floor realises something's happened. Realises Elliot had a plan. What have you done? I'm not the one who smashed the box and opened the gates of hell, am I, little girl? A quick spade smashes him round the face. But he's unfazed, nothing happens. What the? He turns at the man who assaulted him. This is where it gets fun.